All right, let's take a look at how this would be answered without a calculator. Okay, the first factor is fine. It's 3 times 10 to the minus 5, just as it is. The second factor, though, is being cubed. So let's think of that as 6 cubed times 10 to what power? This power applies to all factors inside the product, so 10 to the minus 9. And then that's all over. Again, this power of 2 applies to all the base factors inside, so 9 squared times 10 to the what power? You get negative 24. Okay, so here is just your general set of numbers. Okay, now I left the number 6 cubed and 9 squared as it is. And if I had to put 216 and 81, does that make it any easier for me? Are you guys comfortable using those numbers? No. Just leave them as 6s and 9s, because really all it's saying, the exponent refers, or this power refers to repeated multiplication. So really what you're looking at, if you kind of rethink the numerator, you have 3, and you have 6, or I'm sorry, you have 3 6s, and then you have, that's all times 10 to the what power? Here we're going to add those powers, so negative 5 plus a negative 9 is negative 14. And in the denominator we have 9 times 9, the repeated multiplication, times 10 to the minus 24. And so it now becomes easy to cancel. You can always cancel in factored form, and it's probably easier to do that, because now you can see 3 goes into 9 3 times, this 3 goes into 6 twice, 3 goes into this 9 3 times, goes into this 6 twice, and then you can again continue to simplify. This 3 goes into this 6 twice. And so what's 2 times 2 times 2? 2, 4, 8 times 10 to the, you have this common base, exponents with the same base. What do you do with the powers? When you divide, you subtract, so minus a negative 24. See what happens when you bring this up. It becomes a positive. And what is negative 14 plus 24? 10. And so here's your answer in scientific notation. Allows you to do it without having to use a calculator. Once again, if you get a problem like this on your final, you are expected to be able to answer it without a calculator. However, if it's something where you are unsure of yourself, during your last 15 minutes when you get to use the calculator, you can kind of mark a question like this, come back, and verify it using the calculator. All right. One last thing, just really quickly with the calculator before I let you work, and that is if you take a number, and let's say one of the ones that we did here, if we wanted to verify what the scientific notation form is for this number, your calculator can do that. If you were to enter 3400, 123, 123, and the way that your calculators are set up, it's just going to repeat what you have. Okay? If you put a decimal at the end of it, same thing. It's just going to repeat what you have. However, if you go into the mode and you change this exponential format, which should by default be set to normal, but if you change it to scientific and you go back in, again, if you just type the whole number, you're in auto mode, so it's just going to repeat what you have. But if you put a decimal at the end, it'll put it into that scientific notation for you, and so you can verify 3.4 times 10 to the power of 9. It validates that for you. Okay, so now you probably don't want this to be your normal display, maybe only when you're doing a scientific notation problem, or but you can change that at the mode where it says exponential format to scientific exponential form. And you're welcome to do that again when you're using your calculator to verify.